Hi everyone, it's Corey Jones with Remax Sarnia Realty, HomeTeamAdvantage.ca, and proud sponsor of LoveSarniaLambton.ca. I'm just here at Gemini Bouquets and Cafe with the owners Kendra Langus and Charlotte Cooper. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today on the first episode of Love Sarnia Lambton.
We're excited. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks again. So, just want to get to know you, ladies, a little bit. Let our community know who you are. I know that lots of people have been coming here, but there's a few people probably who don't know who you are and where you are. So, I just wanted to chat a little bit about why you do what you do and how long you've been here and all that good stuff. So first off, how long have you been in business?
So we've been here for about a year and a half now. We have been talking for years, really, about doing some kind of business together. And it became apparent to us that there was a hole in the market because the person who previously owned Incredible Edibles, who did fruit and candy bouquets, was retiring or had retired already by that point.
Right.
And nobody else in town did it. So we did like a little mock-up for Valentine's Day, and we tried to see if there was an interest, and we did really well for our first time. We had quite a few orders and deliveries, so we were happy to do it maybe as a home business at that point.
Okay.
And then Charlotte saw this listing for the place we're in now at 112 Michigan Ave.
Excellent.
And she asked me to come look at it, and I was convinced that we were not ready for a storefront at that point.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, we'll just go look at it, and we don't have to say yes." So we came, and we left talking about signing a lease.
Excellent. So 112 Michigan Ave, for those who don't know, that's the Sharkskin building. That was Sharkskin for almost 30 years, I believe, and I think I know Sharkskin still operates to some degree upstairs.
Yes.
So you've got the main floor. So when you came in here, obviously not set up to be a cafe,
no.
You've done a lot of work in here, obviously. So
yes. It looks very different. For anybody who had been in here previous to us coming in here, we've gotten a lot of comments that, it's almost unrecognizable considering what was here and what's here now. Just very different environment, very different atmosphere.
Absolutely. And as somebody who had been coming here for years, I can attest to that. It is beautiful. Your patio looks amazing. Your front porch looks amazing. Yeah, it's really an inviting environment. I've noticed some things set up here as I came in. So there's a little hook. I don't know what you call that game. The hook game there. There's Chinese checkers and things like that too.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, tic-tac-toe. So yeah, do you get a lot of people come in here and hang out, or different groups that come in and hang out, or is it?
We have a granddaughter and grandfather that come in weekly, and this is their time to kind of share how the week went, and we try not to eavesdrop, but you do kind of get a feel for. And they come in and they play a little game and they chat, and it's just a nice family environment. It's very quaint and cozy in here.
Absolutely.
There's only 4 tables inside, lots of tables outside, but yeah, it's just quaint and intimate, and the focus really is about the atmosphere and the experience, and really customer service is very strong. We have been blessed with amazing staff.
I've noticed that actually when I come in, they're always very friendly. And the nice thing is with them being young, primarily young, you often see in the service industry, sometimes it kind of feels like the younger people don't necessarily care a lot about what they're doing, where I find here they seem to all take ownership. Like they all have a lot of pride in what they do.
Unbelievable. I don't know what we did to be so lucky, because all of our girls are fantastic. And we have one guy now too who helps us with the bike. So awesome. So talk about the bike. So one of the questions I had for you was, what changes have you seen or have you implemented since you've been here? The bike is one, and again, I don't know if everybody knows necessarily about the bike. So talk about that. So the bike it's a similar idea to Dickie D.
Okay.
If anybody knows what that means.
Yeah.
I'm kind of showing my age.
She's aging herself a little bit.
So it was an ice cream bike, essentially, that rode through the neighborhoods and rang the bell, and all the kids would come running and buy their ice cream. So this is similar format where we're just riding up and down underneath the bridge, essentially. And that's kind of come to a stop now that we're getting into some cooler weather.
Right.
But we are available for different events and stuff if that's something that somebody is looking for.
Very cool.
And we can serve coffee and muffins and iced drinks and whatever out of the bike. So
really.
Yeah.
So is there something on there to pour fresh coffee, or to like is fresh coffee being brewed all the time, or is it?
So we actually brew it here,
Okay.
and then we're transporting it in the bike.
And
Right.
the carafes. And,
Yeah.
Okay, and just
so-
down the street, so it's
Just
still
down
very
the street. So we're there for the splash pad, and moms don't want to leave their kids,
Right.
but they're looking for something to drink, whether it's coffee or tea or iced drinks. And then down along the waterfront and back, the Point Edward people have been very nice to us.
excellent. I was
Have
going to ask
allowed
if
us
you
to-
found good support through it. Have people been excited or surprised when they see somebody riding down under
Oh,
the
yeah.
bridge? Yeah,
It gets a lot of attention for sure.
I'm sure.
We're finding that people maybe aren't prepared necessarily for us to be down there yet.
Right.
Because we're still so new down there.
Right.
They've already unfortunately got their coffee.
Gotcha.
So we're hoping that changes, especially, for next season. And we're hoping just to even get out a little bit more with special events. And
Right.
it's a very unique thing to have, at an event where you can ride around and serve coffee out of a bicycle.
Absolutely. So on that, so you started out the business as the edible bouquets is what you started out doing.
Yes.
What made you think, hey, let's do a cafe too? Is it just, just the building was a great fit, or was it, the need there was in Point Edward, or all of the above?
It was kind of a combination of a few things. The equipment was already here in this location
Okay.
when we came on here. And it was a bit of a learning curve for us at first.
Okay.
And from there, it kind of grew into, we started, doing some baked goods. We started doing salads and sandwiches. And we really found that because there wasn't a place in Point Edward anymore,
Right.
that, we were offering something to the residents of the village, that it was close by and they could come. But we're really finding now that, it's expanded. So all of
Right.
Sarnia is stopping in because, we have great coffie and great service.
Awesome. I've heard I'm not a coffee drinker, but I can tell you that you have amazing Italian sodas.
Oh,
Yes. So I'm not a coffee drinker myself, so actually I've never tasted, but I've heard your coffee's amazing. So,
Yeah.
So you're seeing a lot of support from the local community. Are you seeing a lot of the local businesses come in and support you and visit you, or more of the clientele, or kind of all of the above?
We're doing a lot of collaborations actually
Are you?
right now,
Good.
Which has been really amazing, especially with other female business owners.
Awesome.
So that's been really great experience for us, and we try to promote other female business owners as well. We have a couple of different vendors here on consignment.
Okay.
So yeah, it's great to.
We really strive to support local.
Okay.
We have neighbors that come in, and if it's not every
Quite
day,
regularly.
it's regularly.
Awesome.
So they've been very supportive, and I believe Kendra and I really support them as well. If people are looking for unique gifts, we can send them across the street. And,
Right.
with our bike, we got it here locally from the bike shop here.
Awesome.
So we are really trying to sort when we're sourcing local. We're
sourcing local first, and
Yes.
then
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we have to expand our search, then we will. But for the most part, we really, truly want to support local, and women in business isn't a bad thing.
That's right. Absolutely. And I think supporting local, I mean, everybody, you heard a lot of people talk about it since COVID, especially support local and support the small business. But the truth is that without small businesses, where would we be, right?
Mhm.
And there are so many great businesses in the community, and not to necessarily point out if you've got, I don't want to exclude anybody, but are there any local
Yeah.
businesses here in Point Edward that you find yourself shopping at more than others, or are you just kind of supporting all of them, or
So we do a lot of business with Flakery Bakery.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
we get most of our treats for our high tea service from there.
Okay.
So we do probably the most business there.
With them, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We do like Bread and Co, of course.
Of course, yeah.
And Kind Decor.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
Absolutely.
People.
They've been amazing to even post about us as well,
Right.
and share on their social media, which has been really amazing.
It's great, and that's what it's all about, is supporting each other, right? And that's why we're doing what we're doing as well. So, so you mentioned your high tea service. So talk about your high tea service. What's that all about?
So it's basically similar to an experience that you might get in England, where you have real china cups and saucers, and we have 3-tiered displays where we display sandwiches and scones and desserts, and so people come in with their friends and moms and sisters and aunts and
with the clotted cream. And
we use the clotted cream, so it's very traditional in that sense. Now,
cool.
Everybody has a different version of what they think the traditional.
Sure.
So we have our version, but we've received a lot of positive feedback from it.
That's excellent. I actually was in here once or twice during the high tea and saw that there were people, they're wearing fancy hats and things like that too. And I thought, that's pretty cool. It's a neat place for them to be able to come and just be themselves and enjoy something a little different than what they might enjoy somewhere else. So so with that said, do you do any more events? Is there are people able to rent the space or do you provide the space or open it up for other community groups or any youth groups or study groups, things like that? Do you see those type of people coming in too, or not yet?
We have. So we do actually also do private birthday parties for children. So we do the same kind of thing, like a high tea birthday party where
Very cool.
They could dress up in their little hats, and they do tea themed bingo, and they get a little cookie that's in the shape of a teapot, and they decorate it.
Oh, very cool.
So we do things like that. We are having somebody that's coming on to do some classes here with polymer clay jewelry. So they're making their own jewelry. So that's just starting. It's starting tomorrow is our first night.
Really? Okay, excellent.
We actually also are starting to do, we're doing some catering, and we're doing some special event stuff. So tomorrow night, we also have our first bigger event here where we're doing Meet Jason, Friday the 13th.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a meet and greet with Jason.
Okay, so for those of us who are weak, a little bit, get a little scared of those type of things, we'll stay away.
Yes.
But
there's a photo booth and
very cool.
Yeah, so the photo walk and all of that. So
excellent.
It'll be fun.
We're gonna have Zumba. So Brian Slaughter and his group will be here.
Oh, they're a lot of fun. Yeah.
So the energy will be up.
Yeah, absolutely.
They get a s'more, they get a hot chocolate, and a little candy bag as well. So.
Excellent. And then a way to burn it all off for doing the Zumba.
Hopefully
there you go.
Zumba.
Absolutely.
But we have branched out a little bit, and we've done some catering events as well. We're promoting things like favors for weddings or baby showers, things like that.
Okay.
So it's kind of expanded more than we expected, more than we thought it would. But I think somebody gets her mind going and she thinks of all kinds of things, and
gotcha.
it just grows from there.
Okay, I wonder who she could be talking about. So I can say that as somebody who tries to attend as many, sales and events and things like that in Sarnia and the area as possible, you ladies are everywhere.
We really try to do a lot of community events. We really feel strongly that that's kind of the best way to connect with people and get them to know more about us and what we do is in person at those events. So we really try to be present there.
Absolutely. Well, it's noticed for sure. And honestly, it's coming very handy for us because there's been a lot of times when you've been somewhere we were like, oh, this is a great little gift to pick up for somebody, or you had a pop-up shop in the mall at Christmas time.
Yes.
Is that something you're looking at doing again, or?
It was a kind of a one-time thing where we won the spot
for
last year. So this year obviously there'll be room for other businesses to kind of make their mark there. And
what the Lambton Mall does every year, they didn't over COVID, but they started back up, and we
won.
We won the spot, and it worked out really well for us.
It was a great experience.
Yeah,
it was a really good experience for Gemini and getting our name out there.
That's excellent.
So we're hoping that this year people will remember us and then come here, since we won't be at the mall,
right?
And get their Christmas treats.
Yeah, because we're definitely going to have a lot of options, especially for corporate.
Okay.
And real estate agents and
Okay, good.
things like that. We know a lot of agents like to give clients, a little something at this time of year. So we're really going to have a lot of options for that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the same type of things that you sold at the pop-up shop, do you think you'll be having those type of things here?
Yes,
yeah, because
very similar.
Okay, because I actually bought a make your own sundae kit for my father and my stepmother, and primarily for my nephew, who's there a lot to get involved. And they loved it. I thought it was a super cool gift. So those are the type of things you'll be selling here throughout Christmas too.
Yes,
so awesome.
and we did sell them here as well as
Did you?
at the mall. So if people were looking for things and we had run out at the mall or we ran out here, we could have people go to the other location or order it, and we got it ready for them.
Awesome. Yeah, it was very cool stuff. And I think a lot of people wouldn't realize necessarily being a cafe that you would also have those gift ideas. So it's, I think that's huge for people to know that, because there are definitely a lot of unique things that I've never seen anywhere else. So, so let's talk about these arrangements. And I actually was gifted an arrangement from here, and absolutely loved it. So that's one behind you. So that one looks like one that would be right up my alley. So it's candy and popcorn and things like that. So when you do the arrangements, are you, obviously there's ones that you're making kind of a generic arrangement, but if somebody wanted to do something that was custom made for somebody based on their personality or their interests and things like that, is that something that you do?
Definitely, we would take all of that into consideration. There's sometimes where people don't maybe know a lot about the preferences of the person who's receiving the gift, so they kind of leave that up to us to get creative and come up with something. But this one back here is like a movie night type. So, gift it to a family. They have lots of snacks to spend some time together and have a movie. But definitely, if there's certain likes or dislikes, we take all of that into consideration.
Okay.
A lot of times, people will tell us this is their favorite chocolate bar, so we make sure there's lots of that kind of things in there.
Okay.
Or, they really like salty snacks or, different things like that.
Right.
There's been a couple, we don't typically put mango in our bouquets, but somebody said that her favorite fruit is mango. So we made it work.
Okay, good.
Made a fruit bouquet. But or somebody likes spicy charcuterie items.
Right.
We'll
so that's the thing. We offer different bouquets. So we have the charcuterie bouquets, we have the fruit bouquets, we have the candy bouquets. We were asked to do a Caesar bouquet one.
Very cool.
Anything that would go in Caesars, pickles, your pepperettes, things like that. It turned out really awesome, and we've had other orders for those. We also will mix it up. So you can do your meats and cheeses with some fruit. It really is kind of up to the person what they would like to mix things up with.
Right.
And we go from there.
And they kind of range in prices.
That's what was my next question. Yeah.
We have kind of standard, a small and a large, which is $35 and $65.
Okay.
But we can build it kind of anywhere above that too. We actually just did kind of a group of gifts for it was a $250 value. Where we did a basket with lots of snacks, and we got some special cheeses and things like that. So
cool.
somebody lost their mother, so we were doing a bereavement, and people typically don't know what to get.
Sure.
What are people going to eat and snack on, and because people kind of forget to eat sometimes because their mind isn't focused on that, it's on everything else. So we want to be there for the good times, the difficult times, to help people through celebrating a life, or the birth of a baby, or we had somebody reach out to us that was having an anniversary, and they just had a baby, and he didn't want his wife to have to worry about getting stuff together.
Very nice.
He reached out to us to see what he could do for her. So it's just helping make people's lives fun and interesting.
I think we're very fortunate in the way that both Charlotte and I are very thoughtful in the way of what would this person need kind of in this circumstance. So when we did this bereavement one, we tried to think of things that they could grab on the go. We found out that there was, some teenage kids in the house, so we made sure there was things that they would probably
Right.
like.
Yeah.
And, we tried to go from there. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So something like that, and the bereavement obviously is a bit of a unique situation. I'm assuming you don't do as many of those as you would, whatever, for birthdays and things like that, or Father's Day, Mother's Day, and different gifts. What type of notice do you need to make, a custom bouquet? Again, it's going to obviously depend on the size and how involved it is. But what type of, how long is your order?
We ask for 24 hours notice,
Oh, wow.
which is not a lot of notice. So if there are a lot of special requests, then we might need some more time, because sometimes it takes us a bit to source the items that they would like in their bouquet.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Actually, I would have assumed you would have said 3 to 5 business days or 7 to 10 business days or something. So 24 hours is kind of the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And some people forget.
Sure.
It's one of those things. So, my husband's birthday's tomorrow, and
Oh no.
Yeah, or my wife. It's men typically forget anniversaries and birthdays.
It's true. Not me, but there are ones who do.
They
for sure.
can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's kind of a last minute. What do I do to help celebrate that?
Yeah.
So kudos to Kendra, because the bereavement one she did overnight.
Wow, that's amazing.
The order went in on Tuesday or Wednesday, and she delivered it. No, it was Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we do have typically a couple of bouquets already made up in the cafe. They are typically only candy or snack bouquets, because when we make a bouquet, it's the freshest we can possibly make it. So, we've had bouquets sometimes where people are picking up at 1, and I'm tying up the bow at 12:58.
Wow. Okay.
It's the freshest it can possibly be.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So let me ask you then. So I've seen some of them, and I mean these ones are impressive too. But I've seen ones where there's cheese cut into flowers and all these different things are different. So are you artistic by nature? Are you?
No.
Yes. Yes, she is. Okay. So have you always been kind of a creative person when it comes to things? No. Okay.
This actually came to me kind of by surprise that I was able to do these.
Okay.
She's doing flower oranges.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in one day and she had a flower orange, and it was just like, I saw this, and so I thought I'd try it.
It's amazing what you can learn on the internet.
That's awesome. Not that we want anybody going to the internet to learn these things, because they can come here and have it done so quickly within 24 hours. So that's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. So there's always some kind of standard ones like the candies and things like that, because they're not perishable. They're not right. So and so just out of curiosity, and it's not a test, but the one behind you there, the movie night, what would something like that one cost? Is that kind of in the middle? Is that
so that's a $65 or $70 bouquet,
okay.
I would say. Yeah, because there's quite a bit of things in behind that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be the price range for that one.
Okay. Very cool. So let me ask, if somebody has never been here and you wanted to describe your business kind of in a nutshell, what would you say about yourselves, about what you do?
The first thing that comes to my mind is very homey. It's very comfortable here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that we really strive to welcome people and
make you feel comfortable to just sit and relax and spend an hour just chatting,
right?
Catching up with friends you haven't seen for a while, or taking your mom out to tea, and it's quiet.
I was going to say that
a lot of places are so big and busy that the music is going and the chatter from everybody else. My father has limited hearing now.
Okay.
And so he has ears assisted for hearing.
Okay.
Sorry. And when we go to restaurants, if he has them on, it catches all that back clatter. So we tend to go to places that are quieter and more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
We typically do have music on, but it's at a soft level.
Right, yeah. It was on when we first started talking, actually, and my first thought was, oh no, I wonder if the camera will pick it up. But it is so quiet, and I've noticed that even when it's busy in here, it's definitely more of a relaxed environment, which I think is very much needed, right? Because, I mean, it's great to go downtown and go to some of those places that are hopping all the time, sometimes. But when you want to have a conversation, like you say, catch up with people maybe don't get to see every day, this is definitely a great place to do that. So, what hours are you here? What are your...
So currently, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we are open 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Okay.
So it's a very short, kind of over lunch hour kind of shift. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're open 9 till 6 p.m.
Okay.
And Saturday, 9 to 3 p.m.
Awesome. And people can find those hours on your Facebook page. They can find it on your profile on our site, lovesarnialambton.ca.
Yes.
Besides finding information about you and your promotions and discounts and things like that, or any specials you're running on our site, where else can people find out those?
We also have a website where you can actually place an order or book a tea reservation online.
Okay.
So it's GeminiBouquets.ca.
Okay.
And we also have an Instagram page, so you can also find information.
Facebook, Instagram, the website,
Awesome.
and on your site.
And all the socials. Excellent, excellent. Well, ladies, listen, I don't want to keep you all night, although I could probably talk to you all night. So I'm going to say thank you so much again for being on the show and taking this time to speak with me. Again, I'm Corey with HomeTeamAdvantage.ca and LoveSarniaLambton.ca, and here with Kendra and Charlotte from Gemini Bouquets and Cafe. Please come check it out if you haven't been here already. Even if you have, think of them first, because it's a great environment. The products they have are incredible, and you won't regret it. So have a great night, everybody. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you.